name's Stuart Biles. I'm a director at Pexhurst Services. So the client on this project is Hines and the CA is Hollis. Project value is just over £9 million and the project duration is 25 weeks. So that's a fairly short project duration in terms of the value of the project versus the delivery time. What it meant was we had to think very carefully about the logistics of the site and also the works operations that were going on. So we were working simultaneously on all of the roofs whilst underneath working in the warehouse units and also progressing the offices and the external hard standing. So at some points we had between 150 and 200 operatives on site, and obviously during COVID and the lockdown and everything else that was going on, that meant we had to be very careful about phasing things like welfare and making sure the workforce was safe. It's the largest single project that we've delivered to date, and logistically it was a little bit different to the usual projects that we deliver. We worked out very quickly that we would need to deliver quite a lot of work in a very short time, and that meant just making sure that we really engaged with our supply chain and our subcontractors to make sure everybody was on board, splitting up labour packages where we needed to, getting additional labour in. So as I said previously, on the roof, we had 4 or 5 gangs working on the roof simultaneously, just really planning ahead, thinking ahead, dividing this big area up into smaller, more manageable pieces. So again, things like dividing the offices up and making sure that we had a team that was solely devoted to delivering the office side of the build, and then one that was solely devoted to delivering the building envelope and then the internals of the warehouse. So really just splitting those packages up and making them much more manageable. We set up a fully working touchless access system for operatives to come in and out, because one of the things we realised very early on was trying to induct 200 people and sign them in and out every day in and of itself is quite a huge undertaking. So we got hold of some tech that was really quite new to the market and had sprung up because of the COVID issue, which was a facial recognition touchless access system. So as the operatives arrived on site, their faces would be scanned, they would have pre-signed in, it would actually read their temperature and allow them access if their temperature was okay. If it wasn't, they would refuse them access, and that meant that our site managers didn't have to spend an awful lot of time signing operatives in and out. So just innovations like that really, in terms of using technology to help us. We set up a local Wi-Fi down here on site, so that all of our guys had full connectivity wherever they went on site, and that meant just actually putting a whole network into the unit whilst we were building. In terms of the actual unit itself and the works, it's very much what we do week in, week out on industrial units, but it's the sheer size and scale of what we've done and delivered down here that we're really proud of.